Hey y'all, it's Alison Owen again. This is an exciting hometown episode of Uncharted Alabama. Got my friend Michael Weatherly. If you look him up on IMDb, it's going to be John Michael Weatherly.
That's right, the full name.
Because he's a man of many talents, an accomplished actor, which is fun, and I say it like that, actor. It's not something you just did on a whim. Like you have some credits behind your name, and you're also musically inclined in that you are.
I am the lead singer of Boys in the Band, the Alabama Tribute. So something we started a few years back, and I get to pretend to be your dad.
Exactly.
Poorly.
Which I think. No, fantastically. I tell people that because you get the kicks and the whoops and the hot and the hand, all the hand gestures from the live Alabama.
There's very specific how the points go. It's kind of that wrist, but the fingers are pointed.
It is, and the hand in the air or the kick, like all of it, and you do it. And I think your acting has. I mean, you've always been great at imitating people.
Yeah,
but really, for real.
I that's kind of a weird talent to have, but I enjoy imitating. But I think anything I can do to not be myself.
Well, yourself's pretty awesome. So yeah, but I think if you're not gonna, just keep going. If it's not gonna be you, I think being able to do what you and your guys do what you and the boys in the band are doing. It's awesome. I mean, it really is awesome because one, for everybody out there listening, we've grown up together. Mm-hmm. Michael and Scott and George, the Weatherly boys, various different ages. We're all kind of in between. Scott and I graduated together, but Fort Payne, like we're Fort Payne people. Fort Payne, Alabama. Your family's entrenched in Fort Payne on both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides. Not like one was a transplant. You got. And so we've just grown up knowing each other, and I think that makes it even cooler that you've always been an uber Alabama fan.
Yeah, big fan.
And your brothers are fans, but you and they can sing the album cuts too. I know that, but you've taken it to like a different level of with the boys in the band, and tell us a little bit about how you. I mean, I know it was like, oh, it'd be great to do, but I don't think I've ever specifically asked you that moment when you said, hey, boom, I'm going to do this.
Well, first, just let me say thank you for having me here today.
Well, of course.
So excited.
It's amazing.
I'm glad you're doing this. I think it's great.
It's legacy, baby.
Yeah. You keep it going. So I think even when I was living out there with you for a little bit, when I moved from Los Angeles, I talked about, I'd love to do a tribute to Alabama. And gosh, that was a long time ago. It was 18 years ago. It'll be 19 years Labor Day.
Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, we had talked about it then, and then in 2019, that's when I quit acting. Yeah. For a couple of reasons, but quit acting and was on Tennessee River with the brothers. Yep. Probably 4th of July. I don't know, but I thought, I was like, y'all, we should redo the Alabama Live album on stage. And they said, that's a great idea. You should do that.
You should do that.
But got back to the cabin, and I made one phone call to a guy in Fort Payne. I said, hey, here's what I want to do. And he said, well, I got you, drummer. And it was Tim Harris. He goes, yeah, my son Brax would be. I said, you're exactly right. Perfect. I said, what is he, 12 now?
Right.
I think he was 19.
Right, yeah.
Found him, and I knew I wanted keys. I knew I wanted Dan Barker to do that if I could find him.
Yes.
And then for guitar and fiddle, I said, I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Yeah, figure it out.
So I called Megan.
Yeah.
And Marcus. I guess I asked both of them, and she said, well, I'm booked. Then I think she was doing something for Trace Adkins. She said, my brother would probably be great.
Yeah.
And he was.
Yeah.
And he was
absolutely
spectacular. But I couldn't find a bass player. I checked with a couple of people, and one of them said, you're going to do what now?
You're doing a song? You're like, no,
yeah,
it's a tribute band thing.
He said, man, I'd play, but I don't think I want to dress up as them, pretend to do that. I said, well, it ain't everybody's bag. That's fine.
Right.
But Trisha Dunn, messaged me and she says, "Are you looking for a bass player?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "You've got to meet Matty Croxton. He's perfect." And Matty is originally from Port Charlotte, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
His family moved to Fort Payne because of Alabama and the June Jam.
See, boom, there you go again. Yep, connection.
So
God wink moments.
Synchronicity.
Yes.
Synchronicity.
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah, and we got together, and I remember our first rehearsal. I'd never played a show in my life.
Yeah. But you'd seen a few.
I'd seen a couple.
Yeah, you've seen
I'd seen a couple.
Yeah.
But we got together, and it was a little rough.
Yeah.
But it came together, and it was just going to be a one-time thing, and it was incredible.
Tell us tell everybody listening what brought you together. Like when you did the show, it was for.
Oh yeah, so
I think that's important.
We did it as a fundraiser. We partnered with Fort Payne Main Street, which is an organization that helps small businesses and try to keep the small town feel alive of the main street, keep the businesses going, keep everything looking nice, and also the Sam Foundation, which is an organization.
Hey, say it. No, listen, it's emotional. These are important things to talk about because it's true. It's true.
I'm good. Yeah, good. I got it. Anyway, it's Foundation for Suicide Prevention and education. Teach people the signs, how to recognize, how to speak to someone, how to help, that kind of thing. So. Wonderful.
Music matters and makes a difference. I think that's the big point of what we're saying. You know what I mean? It's like it's like you brought this great idea and you're like, let's do this and all that. Then you took that, which is what Dad Alabama has done with their music. You take that connection and then you have put it towards something to help. And how long have you guys have been doing it?
We did the first show in 2019.
19, yeah, that's what I say. So it's 19 and you guys have been doing it and it's awesome. I mean, it's an amazing thing.
Well,
so
I'm very
something
blessed.
That you're doing for fun, right? That you're like, this would be so fun. Then you've done something great that you're tying it into. From the get-go, you had it tied in with something that's important.
Had to be.
Yeah.
Gosh, how am I going to get through this?
It's okay. Listen, it's okay. I'll fill in and help you.
I'm kind of an emotional person.
Yes, it's okay. Mark Wills cried too, and we love both of you, so it's all good.
Thank you. Alabama has always been such a generous, philanthropic group, and a lot of times we probably don't know even a third of what they've done to help people. So
I'm going to throw something in real quick on that note. I found footage the other day of they did an entire concert when Hurricane Hugo hit South Carolina.
Wow.
And I think it was 89. And they just did a concert. Alabama just said, "Hey, Governor of South Carolina." And it's recorded footage of awesome. Alabama did a concert to help because South Carolina is like a second home, obviously with the Bowery and all that. And anyway, but just throwing that, like, it's one of those things you don't know about. I just found. I mean, I'm 48. I have no problem saying that. I'm 48 years old, lived my whole life with all this, and I was like, oh, I think I might remember something about that, but I don't know many people that even know that happened.
Yeah,
and so anyway, more on that. What you were saying, you do great things with your music, and that's what you guys are doing. Yeah.
Listen, Alabama's the greatest band that's ever been.
Yes.
And obviously their entertainment is incredible, but that philanthropy was always a part of it, and the giving back. So I thought that was also necessary just for legitimacy. I think it had to be part of what we did. We couldn't just be out trying to make a buck.
Right.
It had to be something. It was just going to be a one-time show, and then ended up, it's like, hey, we'll do it again next year.
Yeah.
And then after the second year, that's when all the COVID mess happened. But we got a call from a little boutique agent here in Nashville, and he said he wanted to book us a tour. And I said,
whoa,
okay, pal. All right.
Look, let's don't get ahead of ourselves. Okay. Yeah. But no, absolutely.
But, maybe 6 months later, I called him back. I said, hey, you know what? What do you got? What do you want to have us do? And he said, yeah, I can put you in this little casino in Wisconsin for a couple nights. And he told me how much they were going to pay. I was like, oh, absolutely.
You're like, we will make this happen.
Walk up there. You know, looking back at it, it's not a whole lot of money, but I was so excited at the time. Been doing it.
And
since.
I mean, literally, and for something that you started the way that you started it, just like a labor of love, if you want to call it that, labor of love, but doing great things with the music. And then now you have, kind of like your own following.
Yeah, we've inherited a lot of the Alabama super fans. We got one lady who's been to 43 shows
of Boys in the Band. We're not talking about Alabama. We're talking about Boys in the Band. So if you've not been to see Boys in the Band and you like or love Alabama's music, you're missing out. We'll get to all that at the end.
Heck yeah.
But that's amazing. So she herself has been to.
Yeah, she's been to 43 of our shows. She's been to, I think her Alabama show count was 300 something.
Oh.
Great.
But no, to go from the idea of Boys in the Band and Alabama and how much you love the music to now touring. You guys have you have tour dates.
Yeah.
And it's a real thing. Again, a testament not only to what the amount of work that you guys have put into it to be successful and to do it justice and in an honorable way and all of that, but just that people love Alabama's music.
Absolutely.
And they still do. They still do.
Yeah, and a lot of Alabama's fans are a little older, a little on the older side, but they're bringing their kids and their grandkids
100%
to see the show. I mean, we probably had 10 people say this is little Joey's first concert or something like that. I think that's so cool. I said we want the younger generation to hear this stuff because it is incredible music. They're incredible artists. The entertainment. I mean, thinking about the shows back in the heyday of the 80s and the 90s and just the electricity on that stage.
Crazy.
Yeah, and we're not them. We'll never be them. But we want to give you the feel of what it was like to see that.
That's it. And I think intention is as important as anything else. What your intent is behind it, and you guys having that intention of this is our goal. This is what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to give you that experience of what Alabama, again, in their heyday, the moment of jumping around all over the stage. Yeah. Dad still sings. Teddy's doing his thing. It's awesome to go see them. They just announced 2 new tour dates. They're still doing their thing, but it just gives that slightly different experience and brings in maybe newer audiences, like you said. What did y'all initially pick as far as the songs to say, here's what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to try to figure out? Did you just go from the Alabama Live album to start?
That was a start. Okay. What I wanted to do was I wanted to recreate the live versions.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play songs from the album and try to sound exactly like the record because, first of all, nobody can.
Right.
But it was the magic of that live energy. That's what I wanted to do. So I took the Alabama Live album and basically started the set with exactly what was on that.
Yeah.
And then I guess some of us musicians thought that everything's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And I remember one guy I talked to, he goes, "Man, I tried to pick bass on that stuff and I just can't. Teddy's doing a lot of stuff on those songs. I can't make that happen." And I was surprised, but then getting in there and me trying to actually play the stuff. I said, I get it.
Dad said that over the years, different artists coming to him and saying, man, it could be a man or a woman, but they're like, I tried to get my band to play whatever song. It could be Lady Down on Love. But if you try to play it exactly like they played it, that's the part. You can kind of fiddle through some chords and kind of sort of approximate, things like that. But if you really try to play it like you were talking about, it's very different. It's very odd in a lot of ways. When you go, wait, that goes where? You're thinking the chord progression's going one way, and then you're like, oh, and then there's a little wrench there.
And there are timing issues. I mean, there's very specific. We did Christmas in Dixie, and there was just the opening part of that, the intro. There's some very specific beats you have to hit that I guess I can tell this. I don't see why I couldn't. But Teddy came. This was probably the 3rd year we did the show in Fort Payne at Christmas. Teddy came as we were rehearsing, sound checking that day. He said, "Yeah, a little Christmas in Dixie."
Yeah.
And, we started.
He's like, "What the hell are y'all playing?"
Well, he did. He goes, and he was sitting in a chair and he turns around. The drummer, it was Brax Harrison. He goes, No, you got hold there. Don't go to the next time. You listen to the record?
I did, sir. Yes, I did, but it's too hard.
He did. Braxton going, "Yes, sir."
It's too hard. I can't do it. Sorry.
But it made me appreciate even more so the musicianship. And by the way, your dad's an incredible guitarist. That not a lot of people get to hear that because he's usually just playing rhythm.
Right.
But, one of my proudest moments.
Yes.
In doing this band was the opening of Mountain Music. He does that lick.
Yep.
He does those 2 chords. And I was just kind of making something up. And I don't know how to read music. I don't really know.
Then you're no different than Dad and Teddy.
I don't know a lot of the chord names or any of that kind of stuff, but I found those chords.
Found it.
It was like Christmas.
Oh, you said, oh my gosh, I did it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He said when he did, when Brad Paisley had him in for the Old Alabama.
Yeah.
He asked me, he said, you going to do the licks I do?
Yeah.
And he played something. He goes, so no.
That's it. Exactly. And another story about that real quick is they, when they went into the studio with Brad, evidently Brad had been in the studio all day trying to figure out the guitar sound, like the effect. And Dad brought his Music Man Stingray 1 that's like just what's interesting, well, there's a whole other thing that's interesting about that guitar, but he brought it in. He said, I didn't really say anything, just walked in, played it, went bling, and Brad was like across the room, hadn't seen him come in, I think, and was like, that's the guitar. That's it, isn't it? That's the one. That's what we've been trying to do all day. But it's just,
Did you know that I found that guitar, not his guitar, obviously, but I found that Music Man Stingray in Japan. And I bought it and had it shipped here. So it's a natural color. It's not the full black, but I was like, I want to do as best I can to sound right.
Yes.
And
yes.
That guitar is about 400 pounds.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
It's very heavy. It's got an active pickup in it, which means it's, there's a battery in there.
Right.
A lot of different settings on it. A lot of different places to put it. And I could not make it sound right.
Yeah.
I have it. I have it hanging in my office.
You're like,
but I don't play it.
Well, but and it makes me wonder though, if Dad's guitar, like, because, they say sometimes guitars are just, sometimes one is one. Like they may have made 400 of them, but one is one. It's just, there's something about it. Maybe it got dropped. Maybe something was weird in the manufacturing or something. But there's something I think about Dad's Music Man Stingray that is, it was something too about like before Ernie Ball took over Music Man. It was some little weird window of time. That specific model number that he has was made differently, just slightly different. And he was talking about being able, like the neck of it goes way into the body.
Yeah.
And that's how he's able to get those really high licks. And he said, it just gave me so much more freedom. So he traded for that guitar from another one that he had. And anyway, but sometimes I think like you said, you tried to emulate it and it's like, just didn't quite work out.
I can pretend. I can imitate other people.
The guitar sounds. Yeah,
there's some things you just can't. I can't sound like Randy Owen. I can't have that just golden voice, just perfect pitch with everything. But I can try. I can do some other stuff. If I do all the dancing around and jumping and pointing, that helps take the focus off the vocals.
People feel like they're there, and so they at least get, they get a little bit of that, bit of that feel with everything. So
I love it. It's an honor to get to do it. Really.
Yeah. What did you brought some cool things?
I brought some
that
stuff
we're going to
here.
talk about.
My band makes fun of me all the time because I tell a lot of stories about the golf tournament.
Oh, listen, but it is story worthy.
Yes, so many stories.
Yeah,
and I'll always bring. I was like, 1 year at the golf tournament. They say, here we go.
1 year at the golf tournament, Lionel Richie came to Fort Payne, Alabama. You got a picture? I knew it.
Look at this.
Bat out. Look at that. Oh, Pat Dye. Look at that.
You've got Pat Dye.
Betty's in there.
My Nana.
Yep.
Betty Crow.
Yep.
Lionel Richie. Randy Owen. And I guess it's a Miller rep.
Yeah, exactly.
Miller Lite.
Yeah. Miller's Light as well.
Miller's Light.
You've got to experience things the way we did growing up in Fort Payne, where it was some of that stuff you're just like, oh yeah, that's okay. So Lionel Richie came to Fort Payne. I mean, Fort Payne then, not that we're huge now, but it was even more small townish. I mean, we didn't even have alcohol. Like you couldn't even buy alcohol in Fort Payne then.
Right.
Which, if that tells anybody anything, it's a dry county.
Did y'all talk about the June Jam? How we had the checkers?
We have not talked about the June Jam yet.
Well, the one thing I was going to say is we had checkers.
Yeah.
Basically
cooler checkers.
Cooler checkers. You had kids from Fort Payne, you know, the very young, maybe young adults.
Yeah, may not have been of age.
Check everybody's cooler, make sure they didn't have any alcohol in there. And if they did, they would confiscate it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then go have a big party.
And then go have a party that night. And I was like, wait, is everybody going to your house? Like, sure. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Of course. That may or may not have happened.
May or may not have
May or may not. It's stories that I hear. Allegedly, I heard the story one time. But so what else you got? Okay, so let's tell though. So the Randy Owen right here, Celebrity Golf Classic.
At Terrapin Hills. It was Terrapin Hills
Mr. Paul
Golf
Crow,
Estates.
your granddad.
Yes.
Rest his soul. Love him and everything that he did and has done and that continues to, you know, things that he touched that are still going on in Fort Payne. Yeah. So that's an awesome hat. But yeah, the golf tournament went on for years. Celebrity guests.
Huge celebrity guests. I mean,
your granddad Mr. Paul built the golf course.
He did.
So, he built with a dozer.
He built all of that. Gosh, I don't want to get into this wrong. I think it was finished in 1969, opened in 1970. But I could be completely wrong about that.
And if you are, we will retract. Yeah, we will make it. We'll do an addendum. That. Hey, here's what's really going on.
ADR. I'll just
exactly get it right, Michael. Come on. No,
but all started. I guess it 82, maybe 82 or 83.
That's probably. I would have to honestly look, but yeah, at least about them because of the June, like when the June Jam started. That's when they started doing. You talking about the tournament?
Yeah, the golf tournament.
Yeah. It coincided with it. It was the day before.
Yes,
it's always Friday. The day before the actual June Jam concert. And it was a whole week. I'd love to see that go back.
Week of festivities.
Just a whole week of festivities in our little bitty town and people coming in and
I had the dance downtown, the street dancing, and you had softball tournament.
Yep.
Of course, the songwriter show got that.
Songwriter show.
Pageants.
Jeff had his fishing tournament.
Fishing tournament on Sunday.
On Sunday, yes.
The parade.
Yes. Yep. Dale Earnhardt was the grand marshal of the parade one year.
Yeah. That's why it was so quick.
I mean, yeah. It's the world's fastest parade. Just get a NASCAR legend to come be your grand marshal and you'll be done in 10 minutes.
I wish I had been old enough to really appreciate everything.
Oh, me too. Me too.
But I mean, I have fond memories, and I was privileged, obviously, to be with my aunt Diane. Kind of managed the golf tournament, ran that,
organized it,
and so we kind of got some perks from that. One of the biggest memories I have is one Saturday morning. So the golf tournament was on Friday. Saturday morning of the jam. Mom comes and wakes us up. She says, "Get up, put on something nice. We're going." So where are we going?
Yeah, what's going on?
Go down. We get in the golf cart because that's how you travel when you're right there. We get in the golf cart, drive up right behind the number 18 green where we had barbecue pits. And I was like, "What is going on?" She says, "Just sit and be quiet." I said, "Okay.
Okay, all right, I'll try."
And here comes a helicopter, lands right on 18 green, and out walks the man. Out walks your dad, Teddy, Jeff, and Mark, and they did an interview for Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
I'm Robin Leach. Yeah.
And George, my oldest brother, his concern was, man, the way they got the camera that's pointed right at our house in the back, and it looks pretty bad. You think we can get them to move it?
It's like, could y'all please turn your camera somewhere else? We didn't clean up. We didn't.
The back of the house just doesn't look good. Yeah,
that's
George, that's
awesome.
what people are going to be looking at.
That's what they're going to be looking at. I'm telling you, Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. Yeah. No, I remember that. I remember when Robin Leach came down and did the whole thing. That tells people anything, if people that don't have a scope of sort of like Alabama and the June Jam and all that. Dick Clark did a whole special, the June Jam.
But I mean, I remember putting out the ropes. We had to go put out stakes and ropes to block off all the spectators. I mean, this was a major production, just the golf tournament.
It was thousands of people that would come to stand and watch, because it would be like Vince Gill would be playing, Dad and Teddy, Mark, Jeff sometimes would come, but that, they would come. So that was enough of a draw. But then you would also have like Vince Gill, other people that were playing in the June Jam the next day would come into town, and then they would play golf. And so it was a major thing. It wasn't like a PGA sanctioned event.
No.
But it had crowds like it was.
It was more like the Waste Management, I guess. It's more similar to that.
Exactly. And speaking of,
yes, and this is my papa.
That's him. And it says, "Thanks, Paul. You're a hero. God bless Randy Owen." And that's the way my dad feels about him. That's the way our family feels about him, and your family, and all of it's real. Family, hometown. It's not like a fake facade to sell records or to do any of that kind of stuff. If y'all go, literally, if you drive from wherever you're listening from or fly in and you go to Fort Payne, like, you're going to see the stuff. You're going to see what's been, what they sing about. You're going to feel it. You're going to, go see the Little River Canyon, like you talk about, and pass it on down. I mean, it's all real. It's not, and so let's hit the most important reason why we're here and talk about the legacy of Alabama, the songs.
Oh, so many songs. I mean, you talk about all the hits, 42, 43 number one hits. 21 consecutive number one hits. Never before, never since has that happened.
I'm not sure it'll happen again. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many songs to choose from. So I had to think about which ones were kind of my favorites. So one of my favorites is Old Ball Road.
Of course.
From the Southern Star album.
Yes. I remember you and Scott and George singing it at the golf tournament that my dad had. And y'all knew all the words, and I'm like, yep, and that's why I love them. My dad's grandparents, Owen, their last name obviously Owen, but my great-grandmother, my dad's grandmother, her maiden name was Ball, Baugh. And so the road in front of the house that I grew up in is Ball Road. I mean, it has a county road name, but it's Ball Road. That's just what everybody that's grown up there, that's what they call it. But that road runs all the way around there, and so it's a real place. Like I said, it's a county. They call it county road, but 256, but it's Ball Road. Anybody that's from there, and so that's just where his cousins and grandparents and his parents and everybody grew up. And so, again, it's a real song. Old Ball Road, round Old Ball Road. It's a great place for kids to grow. It's what it is. It's for real. And so mom and dad still live there. That's what's so cool. Mm-hmm. Mom and dad still live there. Teddy and Linda are still there. Everybody's kind of in and around and spread still in that area for the most part. Some people have moved in, newer people, but so yeah, Old Ball Road.
Just new kids with the same old names.
Just see, exactly.
But I thought what I love about that song is it does start from a real place. That is reality. But he makes it metaphorical because so many of us can relate to that. I mean, I grew up, this sounds so haughty, but grew up on the golf course that my grandfather built.
Right.
Which was, obviously that's a little hoity-toity, whatever, but it wasn't like that. It was a neighborhood with a bunch of kids who, got into trouble, but got together. I mean, I think we laid side on most of that golf course.
Yeah.
That was what the kids did in the summer, and it was all ages.
I think that is one of the best sort of, uncut gems, if you want to call it that, of the albums. And again, that's why we're doing what we're doing, so that we can talk about those songs and introduce them to some people. Some people only have listened to hit songs, the hits, and they love them, and that's great.
And it's hard to run out of them.
It is hard to run out. You can spend a whole trip driving. I've done it. I was like, I'm just going to listen to the number one songs, and you're driving. You're like, I've driven quite a ways, on these songs. But yeah. So Old Ball Road, and then I'm gonna throw in here. So we talked to Mark Wills, and you picked one.
Did he pick my song?
He picked your song. He picked
Mark.
Yeah. Oh, Mark. Listen.
It's okay. Respect.
It's great taste.
You got good taste.
You got good taste. That's it. So yeah. So why do you like She Put the Sad in all his songs?
She Put the Sad in all his songs is just incredible. And I had to think a lot about it before coming out here. It's such a clever song.
Yeah.
And it's not filler. It's not something they put on an album to fill a spot.
Right.
For a contract. I mean, it is a real Nashville songwriter song. And the guys that wrote it probably haven't ever heard of them. I don't know. It's, Mac McAnally.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Robert Byrne. I mean,
Jimmy Buffett might. Yeah, come.
I'm just
if
glad
you look that name out, it might come up with Mac McAnally close by.
I think Mac was just glad to finally get an album cut.
Yeah, exactly.
No, obviously I'm
and
joking.
Old Flame too. Yeah, exactly.
McAnally just legend, absolute legend.
Absolutely.
And he and Robert Byrne, actually, they also wrote 2 Dozen Roses.
Yes, they did.
For Shenandoah.
Yes, they did. Absolutely. Well, you know what my dad said about the song?
What did he say?
He thought it was going to be a big old hit. It's like, I think everything was moving so fast for them in those days that it was like, and Mark even said, it's like you got the record label and management and the band's here doing what they're doing. And then you just kind of move along and then it's like, oh, okay. And then we're putting this one out as a single, you know, and it just kind of maybe happens that way. But yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I thought it was going to be a monster hit.
There were 3 other pretty big hits on that album.
Well, I was going to say, and it's kind of hard to, you know, say, oh, well, they should have done this or not or whatever, because things might have not been the same way, you know, had they done that. But that dad, you know, he liked that one too. He was like, yeah, I thought it was going to be a monster
My favorite
hit.
line in the hook is, she took what he had and made it wrong.
Made it wrong. I know. I mean, that is literally one, and you go, I know exactly what that means. Like, with few words, but you know exactly what that means. It's like, oh, so that's bad.
That's very bad.
Like that is a raunchy way to do somebody.
And you know, it's a sad thing, but it's also, I've really kind of always been drawn to music that's kind of sad.
Yeah, got a little more emotion to it. Like, yeah.
And this is going to sound weird too, but I didn't identify with a lot of happy stuff.
Yeah.
When I was younger, and probably through a lot of my life.
Yeah.
But I really could, because I didn't understand happiness. I think I spent so long trying to find somewhere I belonged.
Yeah,
or
feel like you
somebody I could belong to or with, and I've definitely had that experience. That she put the sad in all his songs, and you know, it's I thought this was going to be the greatest thing ever. I mean, love at first sight or whatever you want to call it. I just knew this was right, and it was so wrong.
It was all wrong.
It was all
wrong. When you hear the right song, you feel that you belong, whatever that song is.
Yeah,
that your emotion belongs, or you belong, or wherever you are in your life, you're like, okay, I'm not alone. Whatever that is. And I think that's one of the coolest things, because and that's why Alabama's music can just run the gamut of like a soundtrack of your life, because it can go from deep sadness to inspiration to heartbreak to love of your life to rolling on an 18-wheeler to, like, it's anything that you possibly can think of.
To being on a dance floor full of Mountain Dew.
Exactly. No, it is a soundtrack for a reason. And, so being able to explore it a little bit deeper and kind of bring some of those deep tracks out for people that already feel that way. And then they say, oh, now we got, I've never heard this one before. Oh, I forgot about that one.
And even that song musically, just the progressions. Again, I don't know the names of all the chords. I can play them.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a dissonance that really, really kicks in with how you feel on that song and how that person feels in the song that you're singing about. And it just all encompasses just true songwriting. This is art. This is talent. And crazy to me that it was never a hit, that it was never released as a single. Those chords, that just a little bit of dissonance or that suspension, it does so much. It's something that you feel. What they say, music is what feelings sound like. They're pretty good. I think they might be okay.
I think people are going to just keep listening. That's what I think. I think they're going to be all right. It's like my dad, somebody told him he was playing at a thing and they were like, your guitar's out of tune. I think he was on the Opry or something. And he was like, oh, I've been playing that way for 40 years. It's like he really didn't know. He was just like, well, I guess it's okay. I've been playing that way for 40 years. It's like some of the best things they've done are the most imperfect things. And it was just, whether it was by accident or them just being who they are.
Be real.
Be real. That's it. So, well, Michael Weatherly, John Michael Weatherly, if you look him up on IMDb, I think that we've covered in this episode what we can cover, because we know that we can talk all day about pretty much everything.
We could go on.
We can go on and on. We got lots of jokes and all kinds of things, but we'll spare those. We'll save them So before we go, tell everybody where they can find you, socials, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
So they can find you on tour, see anything. They can hire you. They can, right?
I mean, great. Yeah.
if they're so inclined. So let everybody know where you're found.
Yeah, you could find us at boysintheband.net on the interwebs. Facebook, we're Boys in the Band, the Alabama Tribute. Instagram is the Alabama Tribute. For some reason, a lot of other tributes have popped up since we started this, but we're the original one, I want to say. Boys in the Band, the Alabama Tribute. So catch us, boysintheband.net. Look at tour dates. We're going to be all over this year, starting in March. So we'd love to see you out there, and we want to share this incredible music with new generations. And thank you for having me on here. I sure do appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. Listen, that's what it's all about. Everybody that's listening out there, I hope that y'all are feeling the love that we're sending out to you, talking about Alabama's music and legacy and stories and everything in between. All right, guys, that wraps up this episode of Uncharted Alabama. Yes. Thank you, Michael Weatherly from Boys in the Band, for coming in. Always awesome to talk to you, and you guys go check them out. Everybody out there, we will see you next time on the next episode of Uncharted Alabama. You guys keep your eyes on the road, your hearts in the music, and roll on. Roll on.
You can listen to all the music mentioned on the podcast today by checking out the exclusive Uncharted Alabama Spotify playlist.
And now we want to send out a huge Uncharted Alabama thank you to our sponsor, Gibson Guitars. Thank you guys for helping us keep the lights on.
Your vision deserves more than ordinary.
Audio recording.
Cinematic music videos.
Professional photography.
One creative destination. Endless possibilities. Need to record your next song? Film a killer music video? Capture stunning photos for your brand, project, or career? Durant Studios brings over 20 years of professional production experience to your story.
Audio video photography. Create louder. Look better. Stand out.
Durant Studios! Where creativity comes alive.